Okay, so today we're going to talk about symbiotic relationships, and our focus question is how do organisms help each other or harm each other in their environment? So, symbiosis means a close and permanent relationship between two different organisms. If you were to break this word apart, you'd see that sym equals together and bios equals life, as in biology, the study of life. So, if you put the two together, you end up with living together. The first one we're going to talk about is called mutualism. And in mutualism, both species benefit from the relationship. So in this picture, you see a hummingbird pollinating a flower. They drink the nectar from the flower as nutrition for themselves, and then they actually help pollinate the flower and move the pollen around to help with creating a diverse area of flowers so that genetic material can get moved between different flowers. Commensalism is one species is helped while the other is neither helped nor harmed. So you have this picture of this triggerfish, which kind of defends this area, and in turn, the small fish then benefit from this protection, and they're able to feed safely without fear of predation. The last one we're going to talk about is parasitism. This is where one species benefits while the other is harmed. So you'll notice that there's a parasite within this fish's mouth, and it can drown the fish. It can help block nutrient absorption, and it actually harms the fish while living in that area of the fish's mouth. So let's talk about a couple more. We have a clownfish in an anemone. The clownfish is able to hide from its predators within the anemone, and then the anemone is able to use the clownfish as a protection from organisms that may try and eat it. So this is an example of mutualism. On this picture, you'll notice that there is a larvae on the back of this spider. He's just kind of catching a ride. He's not actually harming the spider. So this would be an example of commensalism. Once again, we see this gazelle-like creature, and there's birds on the gazelle. They're helped by protection and kind of moving around, but they're also fed by eating the small insects off of the gazelle, which then helps the gazelle with his parasite load of insects. In this picture, you'll notice a caterpillar that's being eaten by other small organisms. They kind of take over these little larvae, take over his body. This is an example of parasitism because it harms the caterpillar. So this one's hard to see, but if you look on this crane fly, you'll notice this spot right here on his leg, this darker spot. This is an example. This is a pseudoscorpion, and he just kind of jumps on the crane fly and hitches a ride. This is an example of commensalism because the crane fly is not harmed, nor is he helped, but the pseudoscorpion is. And then last but not least, you'll see this dog who in his ear has a plethora of ticks. So this is an example of parasitism. The ticks feed off the blood and harm the dog. And in this dog's case, is blocking his hearing. So this is an example of parasitism. That's it for today. Move on to your worksheet, and then you can start working on your biomes project. There is a spot on your biome project for symbiotic relationships.